Well, hello, everybody. This is Dr. Troy Duke. What's up? The Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. Today's topic is this. You got to give to live. So I'm sharing this with you. You're going to be hearing this on the eve of Christmas, a.k.a. Christmas Eve. And I'm sharing this as literally in about 45 minutes. I'm going to be heading to our office where we will be wrapping presents for less privileged children and families in the areas, people who are struggling. And I believe this is either my 20th or 21st year of delivering toys. And what we do is we collect toys from patients. I'll back up. We pick families. When we get the families, we then have Christmas lists, their wish lists from Santa. We then go, and our patients and us, we buy presents for them. We then come together at the office. We have patients who come and help, and my mom and dad who come and help, and we wrap those presents, and then Santa will deliver them on Christmas Eve. And this is something that basically I started when I first started out in my solo practice some 20 years ago, that was just near and dear to my heart, that I was like, I want to make sure every year that we're giving to those people who they're having a hard time and they're struggling and they need a little help. And it's always a very emotional time. It's always something but yet it feels so good to be able to give back. I've been very grateful and blessed in my life. I do the work. I've reaped the benefits and the rewards of that, and I want to make sure that I'm always giving back. And as I even sit here and share this with you, I remember one particular, and there's so many stories over the years, but I can remember one particular story where we go into a place called East St. Louis, and East St. Louis is an area that has been very hit with poverty, and you have houses that are wood over the windows, and people who have space heaters in just one room that is they kind of all gather around in that room to be able to keep warm. And this is just kind of one of those scenarios that I've been in over the years. And we walked into this particular house, and there was a little boy. He's probably about 9 years old, and he was one of those kids that was just kind of like too cool, right? Like he had his hat on sideways and hanging out with his buddy, and then all of a sudden Santa comes walking in, and his younger sisters and brothers were like thrilled to death. And all of a sudden, though, he came over for a family picture, and he sat down next to me, and he leaned in and he looked up and he goes, "It's pretty cool, Santa. Thank you." And it just made my heart melt. And in so many ways it has melted over the years. It just made my heart melt, because it's one of those things where you never know how far reaching something you do can affect the life of a child or an adult or anybody in this world. And what we also know is a part of this life is like there's giving and there's receiving, and we've got to give to live. We've got to help others in order to help ourselves. And it's one of those things where I've put myself in a position to be able to do great things for myself and my family, and I want to be able to help other people who are struggling. And this little boy, what I knew in that moment is that this has just altered the course of his life. Like, he's going to remember this, and I hope that there's someday, now it'd be 10 years later, maybe he's 19 now, or maybe he's 20, 21, 22, and I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing, but I know for that moment we had an impact in his life, and I hope that it somehow changed the trajectory of his life, all because I was willing to give. And it's easy at this time of year, right? It's Christmas, it's the holidays. It's so easy at this time of year that people are a little bit nicer, people are a little bit kinder, people give a little bit more. The question becomes this: what if we were to do this through the course of our lives? Like, what if we didn't wait just until Christmas time to do something like this? What if we were actively seeking January, February, March, April? What if we were aware of the people around us that we could be helping and pouring into? Not just one time a year, but throughout the course of the year. Giving is a part of living. There's a law of reciprocity that says what I put out there will come back to me tenfold. And so I know that by giving, I shall also receive. And so my message for you today, I don't even know if there's really an action. If you're listening to this on Christmas Eve, I hope that if you're celebrating Christmas, that you have a great Christmas. If you're celebrating Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or anything else, that you've had a wonderful, wonderful season. But that as you sit there and you listen to this today, that you just ask one simple question, which is, what can I do right now to impact someone's life? And just go do that thing. That's it. It's that simple. I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and truly enjoy this day. Christmas Eve is always, to me, it's like you get to celebrate Christmas a couple days in a row, starting with Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the day after Christmas. Then you do things with family. Like Christmas can last a whole friggin' week if you want it to. For us, sometimes it goes 2 to 3 weeks with family coming in town, etc. So I hope that on this day, though, you give thanks, you give gratitude, and go out and just spread some cheer to someone, make someone happy, or at least do something that could make them happy. And what they do with that gift from you is up to them. So I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, reminding you to please head on over to commitandgo.com, get your gap map, and it'll be a process, a video that'll help to teach you how to get from where you are to where it is that you want to go. That is a free download. Or please, if you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast, and share it with other people, because this can help me to help more people live a better life, create a better business. So I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, and we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action to create big-ass results in your life